down. What's going on, everybody? GZTV back with another video, and I'm here to review the NBA action from March 31st yesterday. It was a Thursday because I'm kind of procrastinating studying for a computing exam or a quiz, I guess, but whatever. You know, I'm also kind of procrastinating this assignment where I need 9 more points on, but it's whatever. That's kind of how my college life is going. We're just going to briefly talk about these games, and I'm going to head out of here. And after my computing class, I'm going to record my Yeet album reaction. We're going to do 2 single reviews, and we're going to be doing Prime Football League on the Twitch, and we're going to be doing WWE Universe Mode on the YouTube channel, of course. So yeah. Click the noti bell, all that stuff if you want more of this content. But let's talk about Philadelphia and Detroit. Saddiq Bey's late scoring surge helps the Pistons top the Sixers by 8. Now, definitely an interesting thing happened in the press conference. Doc Rivers was asked if it was the bench's fault, and he attributed it to James Harden. And I think we've all seen this one before with the whole Ben Simmons thing. If this goes down like it did with Ben Simmons, Harden might be out of here less than a season with the team. And that's kind of an overreaction because I think he actually likes playing with Joel Embiid. Of course, who wouldn't want to play with Joel Embiid? He's one of the best NBA players in the league right now. He's an MVP candidate. But looking at this box score real quick, you know, Embiid had 37 and 15, but that's literally it. I mean, we're talking about Harden. I know 18's not that good of a scoring night for Harden, but let's talk about Thibault putting up 4 points in 32 minutes. I understand he's definitely a defensive oriented player, but come on, you have to put up more than 4 points when you're a starter. That just cannot work. If all the starters don't put up double digits, like, I mean, I guess you're playing the Pistons, so, like, whatever. But Saddiq Bey, I mean, looking at the other side, the Pistons definitely played a pretty solid game. Saddiq Bey put up 20. Cade Cunningham put up 27. Isaiah Stewart had a nice little 12 rebounds. Didn't score a single point. He was just out there for rebounds. He was just playing a Dennis Rodman type of game. And low-key, he's kind of like built like him. He's a 6'8 center, which is weird. But that's that game. Let's just move on to Bucks and Nets. This is the first headline I'm talking about. We got an instant classic in Brooklyn. This was a really good game. Giannis becomes the Bucks scoring leader in OT win over the Nets. Giannis is already the best scoring Bucks player of all time. And that's not saying a whole lot because, you know, Kareem played, Oscar Robertson played, Ray Allen played for a little bit. There's a bunch of, like, Michael Redd. There's a bunch of really good Bucks players in history. I know I'm missing some. Don't at me in the comments. But, I mean, Kareem didn't play for that long. Kareem and Robertson both had good careers on different teams. Robertson obviously with the Royals or the Kings or whatever you want to call them, and Kareem played for the Lakers. So, like, it's not like they played on those teams their whole career. I guess Giannis has only been in this franchise for about 8 or 9 years, but I'm not hating on Giannis. I think he deserves the world. He's a really good basketball player. He's not very skilled, I will say that, but I mean, he put up 44 and 14 tonight, 14 for 21 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3. That doesn't really matter. But I mean, looking at the Nets, because I think the Nets played pretty damn good. Both teams played good, which was obviously why it was a close game. My boy KD in my fantasy playoffs put up 26 and 11. We'll take that. 23 for Bruce Brown. Andre Drummond on the boards once again with 10 rebounds. Kyrie with 25, but a lot of recency bias going on in the MVP conversation. I still think it's Jokic, but people see Giannis put up straight 40-point games, and they just automatically think he's the MVP. It's whatever. I'm just going to move on to the next game, Cavs and Hawks. I thought this was going to be a better game than it was. It was actually a makeup from December 19th, but Trae Young leads the surging Hawks past the struggling Cavaliers. They won by 24. These teams are 2 games apart. As a matter of fact, the Cavs have had a better season, but I don't know. It just really wasn't that good of a game for the Cavaliers. I mean, all you have is Moses Brown, which shout out to, I think that's his name. Is that Moses Brown, the guy that keeps getting freaking dunked on? I don't want him to be known as that because he's a pretty good basketball player. He had 15 and 13. Well, I guess Chetty Osman had 21 off the bench. That's pretty cool. Again, Isaac Okoro being a liability. He cannot score. He can't score. I don't know what it is. He gets 3 shots every freaking game. It's just not good for this franchise. If they want to grow as a team, they need to give him more touches. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But let's not discount how good the Hawks played tonight. You had 12 and 14 for Clint Capella, 30 for Trae Young, 23 for Kevin Huerter. May I say I'm impressed. 5 for 6 from 3, 7 for 12 from the field. Akunwu, a guy they've been putting some faith in. I mean, they kept him on the lineup after getting rid of Cam Reddish. He's a young guy. He put up 17 and 12 off the bench. That's pretty good. He didn't miss a single shot either. He was 6 for 6. That's really awesome. Pretty efficient night for him. Shout out to him. Yeah, that's going to be it. Clippers Bulls. This game wouldn't be a good game if it happened a couple weeks ago, but now that PG's back, they've definitely fought hard in every single game he's been in. Obviously, it's only been 2, but Derozan scores 50. That's a big headline for the night. 50 bond for Derozan. He's trying to get in that MVP conversation. He kind of is. MVP conversation, I don't know, like how many players. You guys can say how many players you think should be in that conversation, but whatever. Derozan scores 50. Bulls rally past the Clippers by 5 in OT. Really good basketball game here, but Clippers played hella good. I got to give them credit. Marcus Morris Sr. with 20. Reggie Jackson with 34. Even with PG back in the court, Reggie Jackson finds some pockets to shine at, and he outscored PG. PG had 22. Obviously, PG's still returning. We got to give him some time to really. But I mean, the Bulls probably played one of their best games of the year. You had 50 from DeRozan, of course, 22 and 14 for Vucevic, monster game, 21 for Levine, and off the bench you had 10 and 12 from the young Patrick Williams. Shout out to this Bulls team. They're getting back on a track after having quite a losing streak, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, let's just get into the final game, Lakers and Jazz. Don't shit on the Lakers when I mean they have Russell Westbrook, but look at this Jazz team. They're hella good. I mean, I don't know. Utah snaps their 5-game skid with a 13-point win over the Lakers. At this point, anyone can snap a skid on the Lakers. They just don't have the guys to win games. Although they didn't play horrible, Dwight Howard has had a couple standout games since LeBron has been out. He had 21 and 12 tonight, 24 for Russell. I just think, a guy like Stanley Johnson definitely needs to step up his game. Shot 3 shots the whole game, but no doubt the Jazz played some good basketball tonight. You had Rudy Gobert putting up 25 and 17 and Donovan Mitchell putting up 29. That's about it. I don't have too much else to say about the game. I think AD is still close to return, but again, it's day-to-day Davis. He's living up to his name. I don't really like shitting on players like him. I actually kind of like Anthony Davis. He had a great career on the Pelicans, stuff like that, but at what point are you just gonna I don't know what he should do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's always been Cheesy TV, giving you guys the best NBA content. And I'm going to have time this weekend. So every night after all the basketball games, tonight you guys will probably not see a video till midnight covering all the NBA games on tonight. The Celtics played the Pacers. That should be pretty awesome. Sorry, my 2K is on. I'm looking at the new content as we speak here. I might be streaming 2K or Fortnite tonight. Be on the lookout on Twitch.